So, truth be told, when I first got the offer for the lead in this upcoming production, I felt like it wasn't worth my time. I don't really know why at the time. I probably felt because of the situation that the whole world is in, not just me, that it wouldn't reflect well on my ability. Having to film it myself and then being able to distance myself from a take when in the past, obviously with self-tapes, you're reviewing your takes and then you're going to send forward your best one. I don't know which one my best one is because the director's not viewing the takes at the same time. So with that, there's a difficulty, right? And I think I just felt that it wasn't worth my time. At the time, I felt that it wouldn't reflect well on my career going forwards. But then, who's to say what's going to and what's not going to? You know, people do Oscar bait movies and they bomb, right? People just put a movie out there for a medium budget and it becomes the most successful movie ever. You just don't know how people are going to react. So, I think moving forward, if I don't have that feeling of, my gosh, I can't do this, then that project isn't worth doing. It's kind of like counter-reflexive or whatever terminology you want to put it, but you kind of feel that you need to go through the possibility at some point of what if this happens, what if that happens, the kind of, I want to say, negative side of things, in order to focus on the positive side. And then that will soon train you up to just only thinking in positives. I think moving forward, right, when presented with an opportunity, I saw a video on YouTube to say that if you get an opportunity for an audition, and these are agents and casting directors, and then the actor says, I don't think it fits my type. The agent put you forward for this role because they do believe in you to be that type, even though you don't believe in that type. So when you start turning down stuff like that, then the agents can like kind of feel like, oh, you're wasting my time. Why am I being more proactive than you are? Why are you turning this shit down? Where also in the Last Dance documentary, there was a quote to say, why would I have it in my mind to worry about a shot that I've never taken before? Again, I'm paraphrasing, but in his mind, he hasn't taken the shot before, so there's no reason why he shouldn't go in. Whereas on the opposite side, people would make up all kinds of reasons as to why it wouldn't go in. And that's just a way of tricking your mind into. And then I think that leads me to, when you're dreaming about stuff, when you're dreaming about, like say a sporting event, you don't dream about missing. You dream about everything goes in, right? That's the kind of mentality you need to have. So to bring it all back to this, I will admit that I was pessimistic about being presented this opportunity because of the social distancing, because of the remote working, the lockdown, everything else outside of my control was kind of polluting my head. But then as soon as that kind of drifted away, what was left to fill my head was the opportunity, the amazing opportunity that I get to present something during this time, which, looking back now, not many people can say that they have a piece of work during this period. And that's what's going to ultimately make me stand out moving forward, is that I managed to, with a respectful team and a team which is dedicated with collaboration, to put something out during this period, which most people can only talk about, but we actually did something, right? and everything's up. Uh, I've got I haven't got an email back to say we need reshoots or anything, which I take as a good sign that they've got everything they need for post. I did look at a few shots, but again, you're your own worst self-critic. You're your own worst critic, and you're gonna think that that didn't look nice, but ultimately I'm not the audience, and I'm just gonna ruin it by trying to self-edit myself. So I gave them at least 4 takes of each section, at least, and I'm sure they can cobble it together. They can piece it up together into something that looks amazing. And that's the faith that I need to put in people that know the job better than me, even though I think I can do it. The editing and color correction and sound, even though I think I can do it, there are other people with more experience and a better tune and can distance themselves from self-editing. So that's the whole filmmaking, storytelling process is that those other people know better than you, and you need to just put your faith in them. So yeah, looking back, I will tell the story to say that it was a tough time. I did feel trepidation. I did feel pessimistic. But just so you know, that if those feelings do arrive with any future projects, that if you don't dwell on them, other ideas will follow, which will be counter to those ideas. And then you think of possibilities of how it can be done, of how it will be good, subjective, but how it will be effective, how it will be received. And obviously, every filmmaker wants their project to be well received, and they want to be recognized for producing something, an end product. And being an actor, you are a vessel to carry the story forward. It's not about you. You are merely one of the pieces of the puzzle to put everything together. And that requires your dedication, your concentration, A, B, C, D, E, man. So, again, I forget, but C is consistency, D is discipline, E is execution, B, I don't remember. I wrote them down, but yeah, it is what it is, man. So yeah, that's what I'm excited about. And with less than 2 weeks to go until, let's see exact time frame. 10 days, I think. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 days. 10 days, and then it'll be released. And then, yeah, really excited. So, and then just to be reflexive as well, I did day 1 of Jump Attack. Did not get through all the sequences. Got to sequence 3, which was the lunge thrust pose with a bench on the back foot. So it's a raised back foot, and then you have to do pumps with that. Couldn't push through to do a third set, and then just gave up, quit. But I think because I've had such a long layoff, 2 months, that I wanted to just say to my body, look, okay, chill, yeah, you're good. Because end of the day, I'm the one training myself. There's no one else. There's no outside force to say like, I need to prove to them that this is who I am. I don't have that pressure that Michael felt, where he needed to show to that one person that came for the first time that that's what he was about. I don't have that obligation as yet, right? That's how he put it, an obligation. I guess the obligation will come. And looking into the book, it's saying, first week, 60 seconds, 30, 60 seconds, second week, 90 seconds, third week, 60, 90, 120 seconds. I'll try. There's no harm in trying and failing. At least you know where your limits lie. Just in my mind already, I'm calculating, rather than 30 to 60, do 30 to 45. But push for 60. And if you get to 60, then great. If not, then, so what, right? You're still training your body. That's why that goal is there, in order to push you. Just because you don't reach the goal doesn't mean you didn't achieve something. And that's why I think it's important, is that that's why you need to set goals. It's something to strive for, something to reach for. And it doesn't matter that at that point in time you don't reach it. What matters is that you keep pushing to reach it. And then eventually you do. So that's it. Let's do the Miles Teller one. Miles Teller. What is it? Breathe again. Miles Teller. Bleed for this. Okay, so it's not really a monologue, but yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of help. Yeah, well, the boxing world looks shiny from the outside. It's filled with promises that most of them turn out to be lies. You can't rely on anyone. It's not that simple. No, that's the biggest lie I was ever told. It's not that simple. And it's a lie they tell you over and over again. Any of it, all of it. It's how they get you to give up. They say, it's not that simple, Vinny. If you're a reporter. So what's the truth? That it is. That if you just do the thing that they tell you you can't, then it's done. And you realize it is that simple. And that it always was. Yeah. So just quick practice of the monologue. I was completely in love with you. I thought you were in love with me. And you landed an amazing new job at Amaya, and I couldn't be happier because you're really moving forwards in life. And then the job starts, and I don't know, almost at once, something changes, and I realize you're not just moving forward with the job, you're moving forwards from me. So eventually I ask if you want to split up, and I'm hoping more than anything you're going to say no, but you say yes. And that same afternoon I leave our apartment with 2 bags, and I never hear from you again. I hear about you though. I hear about you the whole time. I hear you started seeing some AI coder called Sergey. I hear that he's moved into the apartment we used to share. But I don't hear from you for 2 years. So, you want my help to track down your boyfriend by cracking his phone. Unreal. Literally unreal. Lily, sincerely, from the very bottom of my heart, fuck off.